I'm trying to understand, Mr. Secretary, the complexity of our current and evolving relationship in Afghanistan. It appears the Taliban is going to be a political force there. There is also a government in place. I'm not quite sure whether there is any accommodation between them going on or expected. I'm trying to figure out whose side are we on. I believe we've spent a vast amount of our fortune and many American lives in trying to build an indigenous Afghan security force so that they can stabilize the situation and stop the outgrowth of terrorism when it occurs. I don't know how that same force is not viewed as, in some respects, antagonistic to the Taliban itself. So whose side are we on in the future of Afghanistan?
We're resolutely on the side of the Afghan people, first and foremost, and to make sure, to the best of our ability, that they can move forward in peace, security, and freedom. And the government that represents those people and their interests is the government that we in the international community will support. Right now, there are conversations, discussions, potentially negotiations going on between the government and the Taliban to see if they can come to a peaceful accommodation and to end the conflict. But as it stands, as I said a few moments ago, even as we're withdrawing our forces, we are not withdrawing from Afghanistan. We remain very much engaged. We're determined to have a strong diplomatic presence, a strong programmatic presence to make sure we can continue support, economic, humanitarian development, security assistance support for the Afghan government and for the Afghan people. If a government of Afghanistan emerges as a result of a force, or if a future Afghanistan does not respect the basic rights that have been established for its people, including women and girls, it's safe to say that that Afghanistan will be a pariah internationally, not just for us, but for countries around the world.
Can I close with 2 points, and one you would anticipate from a senator from my state, Mark Frerichs.
Yeah.
Mark is an American who's being held captive in Afghanistan. I hope that you will, within the next 24 to 48 hours, give me an update on what we are doing to bring him home. And secondly, I'm going to send to you an article from the Chicago Sun-Times by a Chicago native Marine Major, Thomas Schumann, and he talks about the fact that an interpreter who risked his life to save this Marine Corps officer is now at risk himself.
I saw that. I read that article.
Can you give me your assurance, as you've been asked by Senator Leahy and others, that this will be a high priority to protect those men and women and their families whose lives are at risk because they were willing to stand up on our side?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.